No one knows the meaning of the biblical term 6666. The church offers any number of feeble explanations, and the Jews stay away from it altogether. But we will now get to the bottom of the matter once and for all, even though most Jews will not like it. Firstly, God promised the Jewish people that they would receive every imaginable blessing if they promised to abide by the simple and powerful 10 Commandments. However, if they accepted this deal and then dishonored it, then, as Mr. Donald Trump would say, there would be hell to pay. So the Jews accepted this deal and then failed miserably. And this Jewish failure is summed up by the number 666, the worst disaster that ever befell humankind. And the Jews, even after being despised, detested, thrashed, and butchered for 2,000 years, still don't understand where they went wrong. Well, maybe they don't know, but they failed not only themselves, but also the whole of humankind. And their failure is summed up by the number 666. But how is this so? Well, Moses understood very well that the Jewish acceptance of the covenant was an extremely serious matter, and he set out to make sure that they understood what was expected of them. He therefore created a complex system of education to be used by the Levites for teaching the 10 Commandments to the people. And there were only 10 Commandments, because this small number is clear, concise, and easy to remember. In fact, Moses gave Israel every chance of remembering the covenant and abiding by it. And Moses succeeded, because Israel kept the covenant for many centuries, and it made them the most prosperous and powerful nation on earth. And they were always able to recover from their many bouts of stupidity. The covenant was always able to restore their high principles of honesty, justice, and decent conduct. But dangerous corruption had begun among the Levite teachers. They became arrogant and overconfident, believing in their own wisdom rather than in the wisdom of God. And one particularly arrogant rabbi extracted a list of 666 instructions from the Torah, meaning the Hebrew Bible, claiming that his list summed up the entire Torah. The corrupt Sanhedrin agreed with his list, for they were just as corrupt as he was, and they confirmed that the 666 list correctly summed up the Torah. But when Yonatan, the Apostle John, got to hear of this atrocious Sanhedrin decision, he was so furious that he condemned the obscenity in his book of Revelation. At this time, the Sanhedrin was somewhat afraid of Yonatan, and thought it wiser to change the 666 to 613, as it remains to this day. And today's rabbis still teach that there are 613 commandments instead of the 10 specified by God. As a result of this, neither Israeli nor American Jews abide by the 10 commandments. Instead, they obey their rabbis, who keep saying that there are 613 commandments and not 10, as God told Moses. And even though Mr. Donald Trump is making sense, the left will keep trying to undo his work until the 10 commandments are restored, and both Jews and Christians are able to defy the left. We remind you to subscribe to this channel. Paul Kaplan, author.